Alright, what is going on, guys? I'm back again. Here are my week 3 picks. Had a mediocre week last week, but I'm trying to bounce back. Thursday nighter, we have the Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game is in Jacksonville. Jags are 0-2, come off a loss to the Texans, and the Titans are 1-1, come off losing to the Colts without Andrew Luck. The Jags coaching staff are freaking idiots. Why do you go for 2 in the win instead of kick the extra point for overtime? Like, why? Should have just kicked the extra point. You would have went to overtime, and you probably would have won that game. But anyway, Jags and Titans. This game's in Jacksonville. Titans lost to the Colts without Andrew Luck. Just when I thought the Titans were going to win that game, they're not that good. Because of how inconsistent the Titans are, I'm going to go with the Titans this week over the Jags. I don't know. This is going to be a low-scoring game. I got the Titans winning 13-7. Moving on, we have the Detroit Lions at the Philadelphia Eagles. This one is in Philly. We got a potential trap game here. Detroit ended up beating the Chargers last week, and Philly lost to Atlanta. Because screw you, Julio Jones, handing my opponent a fantasy win. Because my opponent, Matt Ryan, is their quarterback. But, alright. Detroit and Philly. This one is in Philly. Philly lost to Atlanta. They looked pretty weak. Detroit ended up beating the Chargers. But I'm going to take Philly. They're at home. I don't see Philly losing this game at home. Give me Philly to win by a final of 27-21. Okay, we got a freaking massacre waiting to happen. This is my blowout for the week. New York Jets, New England Patriots. This one's in Foxborough. Yeah, no explanation needed. Give me New England and a freaking massacre here. This is my blowout for the week, as I already said. I don't need to explain this one. Antonio Brown's going to go off this week. The Patriots are the Patriots. They're the most stacked team in the league. They're winning the Super Bowl this year. Mark my words. The Patriots will win. I got the Patriots winning this one 52-0. This is my blowout for the week. Okay, next up we have the Oakland Raiders and the Minnesota Vikings. This one's in Minneapolis. Minnesota coming off a loss to Green Bay. Oakland coming off a loss to Kansas City. This is an interesting one. I'm going to go with the Raiders here. I don't think Minnesota's that good. Well, Kirk Cousins can't beat teams 500 or above. So, yeah, give me Oakland here. Kirk Cousins is terrible against against teams 500 or above. Give me Oakland to win here by a final of 28-21. We got the game of the week up here. We have the Baltimore Ravens at the Kansas City Chiefs. This one's an Arrowhead. Kansas City coming off a win over Oakland, and Baltimore coming off a win over Arizona. Baltimore's offense has been flying. Patrick Mahomes as well. Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs are going to end up having... The Chiefs are going to try... I think the Chiefs are going to win this game since they're at home, but the Ravens will keep it close. I got the Chiefs winning this one by a final of 39-38. This is going to be a very tight game, especially since Lamar Jackson's going to go off because Kansas City's defense is terrible. Moving on, we have the Atlanta Falcons at the Indianapolis Colts. This one's in Indy. This is an interesting game, honestly. The Falcons ended up beating Philly, and the Colts ended up beating Tennessee. Like, I thought the Colts were going to be the worst team in the league when Andrew Luck retired, but they're playing decent football. They're playing decent football to start, and I like that from Indy. I like that they're playing soft football without Andrew Luck. This proves that Jacoby Brissett could be the real deal. I'm going to go with the Falcons because the Colts' defense is very suspect. So is Atlanta's, but Atlanta's offense is going to be the reason they win this game. I got Atlanta winning by a final of 35-28. Okay, here's another massacre. We have the Denver Broncos at the Green Bay Packers. This one's in Lambeau. Green Bay in a blowout. Regardless if that roughing the passer call, if they didn't call roughing the passer, that was a bogus call. I still would have picked Green Bay to win because Denver's not good. Joe Flacco's an overrated bum. Their defense is going downhill. Denver might be one of the worst teams as well, honestly. But their losses have been close, but Joe Flacco's a bum. Give me Green Bay to win by a final of 31-7. Okay, here's another blowout. These blowouts keep coming. Miami Dolphins at the Dallas Cowboys. This one's in Dallas. Miami's terrible. Dallas in a blowout. Miami just traded Mika Fitzpatrick to Pittsburgh. So, yeah, Dallas on a blowout. Dallas wins this game by a final 49-0. This is another blowout. Moving on, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Buffalo Bills. This one's in Buffalo. The Bengals 0-2 come off getting blown the heck out by San Francisco. And the Bills are 2-0, come off a win over the Giants. I will go with the Bills here. They have looked impressive to me. They ended up coming back to beat the Jets. They ended up beating the Giants last week pretty convincingly, which I thought the Giants were going to win. But Buffalo's impressing me. Give me the Bills to win here. Buffalo might make the playoffs, even though I thought Buffalo was going to be one of the worst teams this year. But yeah, Buffalo might make the playoffs. I'm going to take Buffalo to win this one by a final 28-21. Oh my God. This isn't the trash game of the week, but oh well, it almost became it. But, there's a game on Monday night that's going to be the trash game of the week. We have the New York Giants at the Tampa Bay Bucks. This one's in Tampa. If the Giants started Eli Manning, I would have went with the Giants because Eli Manning freaking owns Tampa Bay. There's no team Eli Manning owns more than Tampa Bay. Like, the Bucks don't really know Eli Manning that well. And Eli Manning owns him. He's 6-1 against Tampa in his career. But Daniel Jones is starting. I will go with Tampa Bay because they're at home. I know Giants fans that are going to that game, but my God, this is not that. But my God, Jesus, the New York Giants need to get. I think the New York Giants are going to end up trading Eli Manning. I think they're going to trade Eli Manning away, honestly. I would trade Eli Manning, at least get something in return for him. And because you don't want to lose him for nothing. So give me the Bucks over the Giants by a final of 28-26. I think this will be a close one. Okay, here's the trap game of the week. The Carolina Panthers at the Arizona Cardinals. This one's in Carolina. No, this one's in Arizona. The Panthers 0-2 come off a loss to Tampa Bay on Thursday night, and the Cardinals 0-1 come off losing to Baltimore. Yeah, give me Arizona here. Cam Newton is overrated as heck. If not Matt Ryan, then Cam Newton would be the most overrated quarterback in the league. I mean, Cam Newton is pretty overrated. Like, when you sack him hard enough, he loses his composure. He loses a lot of it. He loses it. Like, and of course, he's getting, because, when he gets hit hard, he loses his composure. He has like a deer stuck out there. I'm going to take Arizona to win by a final 24-23. This is my trap game of the week. Here's another upset I'm picking. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers and the San Francisco 49ers. This one's in San Francisco. I'm taking the Steelers here, honestly. The problem with the Steelers is their coaching is bad. Like, honestly, I haven't seen a worse coaching staff than the Steelers. They're making dumb play calls. Dante Moncrief is a bum. I'm curious to see what James Washington's going to do against San Francisco's suspect defense, but I'm definitely taking Pittsburgh here. I do not think San Francisco's that good. I think San Francisco is very overrated. Just because they have Jimmy Garoppolo does not mean they're necessarily making the playoffs. Okay, next up we have the New Orleans Saints at the Seattle Seahawks. This one's in Seattle. I think this is going to be a lot closer than what the experts are thinking. Seattle's at home, but the Saints, I think, will start. But assuming the Saints start tasting some hill, I'm taking Seattle to win here by a final of 21-14. I think their defense rides up high. But if Bridgewater starts, this is going to be a blowout. If Hill starts, it's going to be a tight one. It is Seattle at home, though, which is why I'm taking Seattle here to win. And screw you, Aaron Donald. Arnold. That was definitely roughing the... You want to know what was roughing the passer? Aaron Donald's hit on Drew Brees was 100% roughing the passer. Injured his right hand. Next up, we got an interesting one here. We have the LA Chargers and the Houston Texans. This one's in LA. The Chargers 1-1 coming off a loss to the Lions, and the Texans 1-1 as well, come off a win over the Jags. I will say this, if the Jags didn't go for 2, they would have won the game. They would have won the game if they didn't go for 2. But I am going to take Houston here. I just don't think the Chargers are going to recover well from that loss to Detroit. It will be a very tight one. I think Houston wins this one by a final of 24-20. And we got the Sunday night game. This is a blowout. We got the LA Rams versus the Cleveland Browns. This game's at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns are. The LA Rams are overrated. Like, let's face it, just because they beat a Drew Brees-less New Orleans Saints team, yet they still needed ref help to win that game, does not mean they're that good. Like, there's no team that's more overrated and overhyped than the Rams. It is obvious that they are overrated as heck. Their defense, other than Aaron Donald, there's literally nobody that good on their defense. That's how overrated they are. And now you got to play a pretty good quarterback at Baker Mayfield. Yeah, Baker Mayfield's going to absolutely slaughter the LA Rams here. I got the Cleveland Browns absolutely murdering the LA Rams. I got the Cleveland Browns winning this one by a final 42-7. I think the Browns defense is going to prove that they're legit. And if you guys are wondering why wasn't Bucks Giants trash game of the week, here is the trash game of the week. We got the Chicago Bears at the Washington Redskins. This one's in D.C. The Bears coming off the referees handing them the win over the Broncos because that was not roughing the passer on Bradley Chubb. And the Redskins are 0-2, come off a loss to Dallas. Oh my God, this game is trash. Why is it even on Monday night? Freaking Ravens and Chiefs would be a better Monday night game. Not this trash game. Can anyone tell me what next week's Monday night game is? Because I'm curious. But this game is trash. Like, why is it on Monday night? Why? Anyway, I'm taking the Chicago Bears. Washington's a terrible team. Give me Chicago to win by a final of 17-3. Anyway, that's going to do it.